Namaste. Yes, come, do come. Yeah, welcome. Class, today we will try to understand what is a Swarajati. Normally you are used to a Varnam, but in this course we have included Swarajati to make you understand the coming of Varnam and what were the different forms that people performed in the beginning of the century and the late 20th century. So, Swarajatis are basically very old musical forms. The architect of Swarajati as a musical form is Melathur Veerabhadraya, who lived in the 18th century. His Swarajati in Ragam Hussaini is the earliest example of a Swarajati. Later on, Shyama Shastri composed Swarajatis that are known and also practiced. They are pleasing melodies with form the stepping stone to the next important composition, that is the Varna. Before Varna occupied the place, Swarajati played the important role. Swarajatis are of two kinds, one serving as a vocalize and the other used in dancing. They are familiar to both music and dance students. Since a passage of jatis, that is the rhythmic Sholfas geo, was originally an integral part, this composition it has acquired the name Swarajati. As the name suggests, the form has Swara, the musical notes, and Jati, the rhythmic syllables. Sahityam also is very important part of the Swarajati. The language predominantly used was Telugu. The lyrics of Swarajati are normally devotional in nature, though at times they contain description of heroic deeds. They are used in dance concerts, have stories and Nayaka Nayiki Bhava. The Swarajatis are more suitable for Abhinay. A Swarajati has all three sections, Pallavi, yes, Anupallavi and Charanam. The Charanams have different tunes and are first sung as Swaras and then repeated with lyrics. Each Charanam is sung in this manner before going on to the next Charanam. Originally, this was a dance form containing jatis, which were later excluded by Shyama Shastri, who refined and perfected this form. So, the normal Swarajati is similar to a Padavarna in the structure and speed of execution. However, Shyama Shastri's Swarajatis have become very popular as concert pieces, mainly in the musical. Swarajati is an item pertaining both the Carnatic music and to the classical dance form Bharatanatyam. Today, however, this item is on the way of fading in the background. You may wonder why, and we also have to see that if it is not brought to the forefront, then there is a danger of being lost with the sense of time. The meaning of the word Swarajati can be ascertained as the one which has combination of Swara and Jati. It has two different and quite separate structures of patterns in Carnatic music and in Bharatanatyam. According to the various scholars of Carnatic music, the composition of Swarajati is very simple. It consists of Pallavi, Anupallavi and a number of Charanams. It is taught to the students as a preparation, a prelude to later learn difficult compositions of Varna. This Swarajati in Carnatic music, either vocal or instrumental, when presented only with Swaras, is considered similar to Jatishwaram, which is also a combination of Jatis and Swaras. In another pattern of music, vocal and instrument, the Charanams of Swarajati are rendered in Swaras, and then the main difference comes that then the Sahityam, which makes it similar to Kirtanam or the Kriti. There are two varieties of Swarajati in Carnatic music. One, the Swarajati sung in Abhyasa Gana, that is the musical practice session, which has Pallavi, Anupallavi and a number of Charanams. And second, Swarajatis composed by Shyama Shastri, which is based on the framework of Abhyas Gana Swarajati, but because of its outstanding, beautiful lyrical and musical composition, it has been included in the musical concept. Third type is the Swarajati used in the dance. Here the pattern of Swarajati somewhat changes through its musical composition, is quite similar to the Swarajatis used in musical concerts, complete with Pallavi, Anupallavi and Charanams with a few changes. The structure is considered similar to Padavarnams. Those that are typical for dance with rhythmic syllables, that is Sholkattus, etc. Their structure is similar to Padavarna with several key features. This type of Swarajati was used in dancing until Padavarna replaced it. It adheres to a great extent to the Lakshana of Prabandha, consisting of Swaram, that is musical notes, Biruda, small word used for exclamation such as oh, ha, Pada, lyrics, Patha, rhythmic syllables and Tala, rhythmic structure. Only Tenka, words like Tana, Nana, is missing. The structure of Swarajati is almost akin to Padavarna. Pallavi, Anupallavi, Muktai Swara or Chitta Swara, Ettugada Swara called Charanam and Ettugada Swara or Sahitya with lyrics for all these. The only distinction between Swarajati and Padavarnani is that the former is interspersed with jatis, which is absent in the later. In dance, under Swarajatis are understood composition very close to Varnams by the structure. The difference is that instead of Muktai Swara and Muktai Swara Sahityam like in Varnam, Swarajatis comprises Muktai Swarajati, that is Swaras mingled with Sholakattus without any Sahityam after. Another difference is that Charanam Swaras are sung first and followed by the Charana Sahitya. Purvaranga, that is the first part, includes Pallavi, Anupallavi, Muktai Swara Jati. Trikala Jati and several Jatis are inserted after each line of Pallavi and Anupallavi. Muktai Swara Jati is sung twice, sometimes in two speeds, set to different chorwise. Uttaranga, that is the second part, comprises Charana Swara, Charana Sahitya, Chitta Swara and Chitta Swara Sahitya. Charanam Swaras are sung first, followed by Charanam Sahityam, set up to pure Abhinaya. Charana Swaras are set to different chorwise. Charana Sahityam is set to pure Abhinaya. Chittai Swaras are performed like in Varnam and Swaras are sung in twice. Chitta Swara Sahityam follows set to pure Abhinaya and Abhinaya accompanied by Tattumettu Adavu or Sarpanadai. The Padavarnams, more commonly known as only Varnams, hold the most important place in the Margam in the repertoire of Bharatanatyam. According to the art critic B.M. Sundaram, at one time in the beginning, the Swarajati must have held this most important place in Bharatanatyam Margam and perhaps later gave way to Padavarnams, though this theory cannot be proven. Just as the composition of Varnam in Bharatanatyam consists of Pallavi, Anupallavi, Chittaiswaram, that is Muktaiswaram, Charanam in Charanam Swarams. The composition of Swarajati in Bharatanatyam consists of 1. The Purvardha or the first half comprising of Pallavi, Anupallavi and Muktaiswara, which is similar to Varnam. 2. As in Varnam, the Pallavi and Anupallavi here presents pure Abhinaya, depicting the meaning and essence of the words sung. Also here too, after each Pallavi and Anupallavi, Trikala Tirmanam or Jati and other Tirmanams or Jatis are added in between. 3. The Muktai Swaram is sung twice, sometimes in two different speeds too, just as in Varnams. On these Muktai Swarams, two different sets of karvais are composed. Here ends the Purvardha or the first half of the Swarajati. 4. In Uttarardh or the second half portion, we find some changes between Varnam and Swarajati. Here are presented the Charanam Swarams, Charanam Sahityam, Chittai Swarams and Chittai Swaram Sahityam. 5. With the Charanam Swarams are set different korvais, which is followed by Charanam Sahityam, on which is presented pure Abhinaya, properly and effectively depicting the meaning of the Sahityam. And the last criteria, that is the sixth one. Then are presented the Chittai Swarams, on which, just as in Varnam, at least two different korvais are set. This Chittai Swaram is then again followed by Chittai Swaram Sahityam, on which is done pure Abhinaya, effectively depicting the meaning and essence of the words sung. It is often done with Tattamitti Adavu or Sarpanadai pattern. As you see, this is how the Swarajati develops almost in the parallel lines of Varnam. There are some of these similarities and dissimilarities between the Swarajati and Varnam. The Swarajatis are one of the very old forms of musical compositions. The Tanjore Quartet brothers, Chinnaya, Ponnaya, Shivanandan and Vadivelu, composed many Swarajatis specifically designed for presentation of Bharatanatyam. Shyama Shastri has also composed some Swarajatis. Some of the most famous Swarajatis composed are in Husaini, Ananda Bhairavi and Bhairavi Ragas. Some other composers of Swarajatis are Shobhendri, Swati Tirunal, Chinni Krishna Das, Melatur Venkatarama Shastri, Ponnaya, Vadivelu, Adiyappai, Veena Sheshanna and Mysore Sadashiv Rao. Many Swarajatis were composed by Tanjore Quartet, specially for dance. In Bharatanatyam, artists and as of Bharatanatyam artists, I think it is our duty to keep this tradition of rendering Swarajati to be kept alive. If we do not do Swarajati, as which is prevalent today, we would lose a beautiful composition from our repertoire, that is Margam. For fulfilling this objective, a Swarajati in Ragam Husaini and Talam Rupakam is introduced as one of the major papers of this course. According to the knowledge gained by us from our gurus, this Swarajati is composed by Melatur Venkatarama Shastri, who was born in 1970 and had received his dance and music training under Guru Shri Lakshmanaraya. This traditional composition of Swarajati was first taught at Kalakshetra by late Mylapore Gauri Amma, and the Tirmanams or the Jatis of the Swarajati were composed also by Mailapur Gauriyamma and late Guru Balu Bhagavatar. Later, this choreography was modified by the worldwide renowned and respected artist and scholar Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundel. Though she modified this item, she made sure that it did not lose its traditional essence. According to Sri Janardanan, the renowned scholar and great Bharatanatyam artist, who was also part of Kalakshetra and who witnessed the event of creation of Swarajati for the first time, it was performed by Maithili Ramakrishnan and B. Gayatri as part of a recital at the Central Hall in the old Kalakshetra campus in front of the august audience. As you will now see, we will talk about the presentational format of the Hussaini Swarajati. This Swarajati has 3 Pallavi and 3 Anupallavi, on which proper Abhinay is presented, depicting its meaning and essence through at least 4 varieties. Tirmanams or Jatis with beautiful and creative Adavu combinations are inserted between each Pallavi and Anupallavi. This Swarajati has total 7 Tirmanams or Jatis. Then comes the Chittai Swaram, consists of Swaras and Jatis, the syllables of Mridangam, on which Nritta patterns, that is Adavu sequences or korvais are presented. After this comes Charanam Swaram. Differing from the pattern of Varnam's Charanam Sahityam, Swarajati first presents Charanam Swarams, along with which Mai Adavus are performed, completed with Usi Adavun and Aradi at the end, just as performed in the beginning of Tillana. Then comes the Charanam Sahityam, on the words of which Nritya Abhinaya is presented, depicting the meaning. In the end portion of Swarajati, after the Charana Sahityam, 4 Charanam Swarams with their Sahityam are rendered. They were earlierly known as Yattagadu Swaram and Sahityam. However, today they are more popularly known as Charana Swaram and Sahityam or Chittai Swaram and Sahityam. At least 2 korvais are set on each Swaram and Abhinaya is presented on its Sahityam with Tattamettu and Sarpadati. So, as we will progress, you will learn in the Hussaini Swarajati, the whole Hussaini Swarajati, which is more than about 35 minutes long. In practice, you will learn each and every Pallavi, Anupallavi and Chittai Swar Sahityam, and also as well as the 7 Tirmanams. So, now we can conclude what is the Swarajati and come to, I think by this time you have come to understand what is the entire structure of Swarajati and how it is choreographed for the presentation. As you see, Shringar or love and Bhakti or devotion are the 2 important emotions prominently portrayed in the items of Bharatanatyam. The Swarajati, just like Varnam, portrays bhava or emotions of love, and that Nayika feels and wants to express towards the Nayaka. The combination of bhakti or devotion with the emotions of love makes bhakti Shringar the constant emotion of this item. Most choreographers usually dedicate their choreographies to the deity of some temple like Shiv, Krishna, Vishnu and others. Many scholars believe that Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna are one and the same. Hence, keeping this in view in mind, Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundel, while modifying this Swarajati, expressed the word Achyuta as an address to both the Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna. You will see the practical choreography when you learn, and you will realize how she has portrayed Achyuta as Krishna and Achyuta as Vishnu. Thank you.